Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at some more questions and answers from the literature section of class 12 English. If you're watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So let's look at the short answers. Here is the first question. Why did the peddler think of the world as a rat trap? What became his cherished pastime? So the answer is the world had never been kind to the peddler. So he got this unusual joy to think ill of the world. His pastime was to think of people he knew who had let themselves to be caught in the dangerous snare of the world and of all the others who were still circling around the bait. So he thought that the whole world was a rat trap in which all the riches offered were the bait for the people to get trapped into. Let's look at the next question. Why do you think Gandhi was not permitted to draw water from Rajendra Prasad's well at Patna? So here is the answer. The servants of Rajendra Prasad thought Gandhi to be another peasant. They did not know him. They were not certain whether he was an untouchable or not. They feared that some drops of water from the bucket might pollute the entire well, so he was not permitted to draw water from the well. Since he had accompanied Rajkumar Shukla, so they might have thought that he was also one of the peasants. So let's look at the next question. How does a thing of beauty provide a shelter and comfort? So here is the answer. John Keats is a great romantic poet. He is rich in sensuous imagery. Nature provides us things of rare beauty. It keeps a bower quiet for us. A bower is a pleasant place in the shade under a tree. A thing of beauty also provides us peace and security. We enjoy a sound sleep which is full of sweet dreams, health and peaceful breathing. So the next question, what difficulty does Aunt Jennifer face while making her tigers and why? So here is the answer. Aunt Jennifer is making her tigers in the panel. She is using ivory needles. Her fingers are fluttering through the wool. She finds it difficult or even hard to pull the ivory needles. The reason is obvious. The weight of the unhappy and unfortunate experience of her married life sits heavily on her hands. So the weight of the wedding band that uncle has given her is heavy on her hands, and this makes her hands or fingers to be fluttering. Here is the next question. Why does Jack insist that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother? So Jack insisted that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother because he wanted to prove the point to Joe that little skunk loved his mother more than he loved all other little animals, and his mother knew what was right for him. So he always thought that it was not the mother who should be hit, it was the wizard who has to be hit. So the next question, how does Mr. Lamb react to the query from Derry? Aren't you interested? So Mr. Lamb tells Derry that he is interested in anybody and anything. There is nothing God made that does not interest him. Fruit and flowers, trees and herbs, grass and weeds all interest him. Even stuff of rubbish is interesting. He finds no essential difference between a weed and another flower, as both represent life developing or growing. So now let's look at the long answers. Question number 1. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This is what John Keats says in the poem. Do you think in the present times of acute stress and violence, proximity to beautiful things can lead man to everlasting happiness? Discuss. So answer is, a thing of beauty gives us permanent happiness. When we look at the objects of beauty, we feel happy, and the lasting impression that such objects leave on our minds continue giving pleasure even after they are gone. In the present times of acute stress and violence, the objects of beauty attain even greater significance. When our mind is anxious and troubled, the very sight of beautiful thing can often come as a great relief and provide us comfort and happiness. Appreciating beautiful things is like appreciating God who has bestowed them upon mankind as a gift so that we can derive happiness and solace from them. Proximity to beautiful things can bring us closer to the Creator, in whom lies the ultimate power to grant us relief from all anxieties and troubles. Therefore, it is sure to bring everlasting happiness at all times. So, here's the next question. What precautions were taken for the smooth conduct of the O level German examination in the prison and why? So, here is the answer. James Rodriguez Evans was a smart fellow. He was known as Evans the Break among the prison officers. He had escaped from the prison 3 times. Now he was taking the O level German examination in prison. His solitary cell was located in the D wing, which had 2 heavy gates, outer and inner. Both were locked securely. Ivan's cell was kept under strict observation. Prison officer Mr. Stephens watched his activities every minute through the peephole. Mr. Jackson, the in charge of D Wing, was in constant touch with the governor on the phone. The governor himself listened to the conversation in the cell. During his stay in the prison, Evans was not allowed to have any visitor or letters. All potential weapons such as knife, scissors, nail file and razor had been removed from the cell of Evans. The contents of the suitcase of the invigilator, Reverend S. McCleary, were also thoroughly searched. Even the paper knife was taken away. In short, all precautions had been taken to see that Evans did not get a means to escape. Now let's look at the third question. The peddler thinks that the whole world is a rat trap. This view of life is true only for himself and of no one else in the story. Comment. So here is the answer. The peddler doesn't think kindly of the world and its people. For him, the world is a big rat trap to trap the people in. The luxuries of the world are the baits that tempts people to get trapped. The world has been very unkind to him, so it gives him great pleasure to think ill of it. Ironically, he finds himself trapped like a rat when he steals the 30 kroners of the credulous crofter. Subsequently, it leads him to Edla's home, where he receives nothing except kindness. It is true that this bitter view of the world is his own subjective one. In fact, the world has no dearth of genuinely kind people like the crofter, Edla, and even the iron master. All treat him kindly. Edla believes in compassion and Christian values and eventually touches the goodness in him and helped him see the world in positive light. I hope you liked today's video. For more informative videos, watch Hello English Teacher. Thank you for watching.